welcome back to tonight's debate, Have Aliens Visited Earth? You've heard all the evidence. Now to sum up, our speakers each have 45 seconds. First to do so is Malcolm Robinson.
Thank you. After years of study, I am absolutely convinced of the sincerity of the people that I've spoken to. Believe you me, there clearly is something very unusual going on in the skies of not only the UK, but also the many other countries throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen and members of the jury, please look at evidence, because if you looked at evidence, you really would be surprised. Now, I'll leave you with this thought. The human mind is like a parachute. It works so much better when it's open. Thank you.
Thank you. And now to sum up the case against Steuart Campbell. Steuart.
Thank you. Aliens probably aren't out there, and they're not down here. If there are aliens, we've no evidence of their existence, nor is there any reliable evidence that they're here already, not that it's likely. Contact with another intelligent race will not be in the furtive manner that UFO reports suggest. UFO reports are interesting in themselves, but they're all explicable without invoking alien hypotheses. The belief that there is a connection is a superstitious myth. Media hype and some speculative books have led the public to believe that the truth of this matter is being concealed. But the truth is much simpler. Without the ability to identify them, people see natural phenomena and man-made objects.
Well, you've heard the summing up. Now's the time for our jury to cast their votes. But while they're doing that, let's have a word with a few of them. Tony?
Well, I think there must be life out there with so many planets. But whether they've bothered to come here, I don't really know.
OK. Angela?
Well, as everybody says, there doesn't seem to be proof either way. But these two gentlemen there, I mean, I can't believe that, you know, if they think that's happened to them, something similar must have happened, because I can't think of anything else that made them sort of black out for an hour and a half, well, apart from a couple of bottles of scotch. But
right, which it wasn't.
So, I mean, you know, they're obviously very sincere. And so, yeah, maybe they have landed.
OK. And Peter?
I'm unconvinced. I'm a sceptic. I'd need to see it before I could believe it.
OK, thanks very much. Well, there's some indication as to the views of our jury, but now it's time to find out their verdict on whether or not aliens have visited Earth. Foreman of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, we have reached a verdict tonight, and we, the jury, have voted as follows. Have aliens visited Earth? Yes, 9 votes. No, 3 votes.
93, Ali?
93 makes that 75% for. Viewers at home, have aliens visited Earth? 85% yes.
Right.
So the jury agreeing with the viewers at home.
And are they telling you any interesting tales?
So much support tonight for Colin and Gary. I mean, the calls really have been coming in saying, yes, there is definitely something out there, and we support what they say if they feel it and they felt that we're so sincere. I think if one thing the programme has managed to do tonight, it really has made people aware that they can talk about it. We've had so many calls after listening to people here saying, well, I did see something, but I really didn't want to tell anybody. And I think tonight we brought it out and allowed people to speak about it.
OK, thanks, Ali. And Jamie?
Yeah, a lot of sympathy for Gary and Colin. Vicky is rather saddened that people who claim they have been abducted are sort of dismissed like that. Bill Shands, on a sort of more practical point, says the vast distances involved. You would have thought it's a major expedition for these people if they are coming. Why don't they get in touch? Surely they must be able to. I mean, otherwise, what's the point in coming? But again, at final, this is a weird story. Sean from Newport, again, has great sympathy for Gary and Colin. He travels from Falkirk to St Andrews on a regular basis, and he was travelling with a wife and a friend. Something happened. Big lights, lots of action. They normally get home at 2:30. They got home at 4:30, and they don't know why.
Right, well, that's a very similar tale. Titch?
Right, yeah, a lot of support once again for Gary and Colin. And Martha and Elgin says, why is it only show himself to certain people and not everybody? We've got Margaret and Peterhead. She said there is evidence out there. There's got to be, and the military must have it, because there's all these stories about planes coming and going and chasing them and everything. And she reckons they've got the evidence but aren't telling anybody. We've got Anna and Abby Moore. We haven't explored half the universe. We don't know how big the universe is even. And it's very conceited to think that we're the only sensible life out there.
Right, thanks, Titch. Well, that's how you feel at home tonight, but you have a chance to continue this discussion on your local radio station. On Saturday, from midnight to 2 a.m, you can call the After Midnight phone-in on Murray Firth Radio. And on Sunday morning, from 11 a.m. to noon, Radio Tay AM listeners can tune in to the Tay Talkin' with Ali Bally. Listeners to North Sound 2 can call the mid-morning show between 9 a.m. and noon on Monday. Thank you to all of you who've telephoned our vote line and called in on the hotline tonight. Sadly, this is the last programme in the current series of We the Jury. I hope you've enjoyed all the debates, but for now, good night and thank you for watching.